Poetry Analysis 39. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Summary of the poem. It is a dark winter evening. The speaker has stopped near the woods. He is watching the snow falling in the woods. He wonders about the owner of those woods. He thinks at first that the owner will be annoyed with the speaker's presence there. But then he remembers that the owner of the woods lives in the village. There is no one nearby, so he can enjoy that beautiful scene. His sleigh horse does not understand why the master has stopped there. The horse shakes its harness bells impatiently. The horse seems to be reminding the master that it is a mistake to stop there. Except for the sound of the snowflakes and wind, there is no other sound. The speaker wants to stay there longer, but he remembers that he must leave to fulfill his promises. He reluctantly leaves the place. Text of the poem. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Form of the poem. The poem has very simple structure. There are 16 lines, 4 stanzas with 4 lines in each. The poet has not used even a single 3-syllable word. There are only 16 2-syllable words. The lines follow iambic meter with 4 stressed syllables in each line. The rhyme scheme is somewhat complex. The first, second and fourth lines rhyme in each stanza, whereas the third line rhymes with the first, second and fourth lines of the following stanza. Critical Analysis. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost is one of the most famous works. This poem is often analyzed to the minutest of the details. Perhaps Robert Frost may have never thought that this simple poem would draw so much attention in future. Robert Frost during his lifetime knew that people were drawing various conclusions from the poem. In reference to analysis of the work, Frost once said that he was annoyed by those pressing it far more than it should be pressed for. It means enough without its being pressed. I don't say that somebody should not press it, but I don't want to be there. One evening, Robert Frost was returning home from the market. It was a very cold winter evening in New Hampshire. His market trip was unsuccessful. He did not have enough money to buy presents for his children that Christmas. He was deeply depressed. At one place he stopped the horse at a bend in the road. He meant to cry there, but the shaking of the harness bell by his horse brought a smile to his face, and he continued his journey back home. At that point he was inspired to write this poem. The poem is inspired from a real life incident, but the speaker in the poem is not financially affected. He does not seem to be carrying any emotional burden like Robert Frost. The speaker in the poem wants to enjoy that scenic beauty for a longer period but he has promises to keep. He reluctantly leaves that spot by the woods. The most significant part of the poem is its last two lines. On the surface it seems that the speaker is obliged to fulfill the promises, but another interpretation could be that the speaker is too sleepy to continue to stand there. On higher interpretation, miles to go before I sleep, could be understood that the speaker has to complete certain tasks before he dies. From another angle, if the poem is viewed, it brings another interpretation. The farmers in New England considered duty the most important. Hard work was their lot. They could not stop their work just to watch a trivial occurrence like the falling of snow. The speaker stops there, but the line, "Think it clear," suggests that the speaker seems to be telling that even his horse understands that stopping there is not normal. He should be continuing. The speaker knows that by stopping by the woods, he is not presenting his normal behavior. If we analyze this poem from a philosophical angle, it seems to be a very beautiful poem, which reminds us that for all the beautiful things attracting us in this world, we must leave this world on the appointed time. The beautiful woods, falling snow, etc. can be taken as the attractions in this world, and sleep can be understood as death. Thank you.